brought to you by Travel Wisconsin. Here's to sweet summer days together in Wisconsin. Plan your trip at travelwisconsin.com. By your local Wisconsin Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Little cloud cover, but not stopping any of the Brewers faithful from tailgating today ahead of game number 2 of this 3-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays. Yusei Kikuchi making his 3rd career start against the Brewers. Got a win against the Crew last year north of the border. Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to the ballpark with Bill Schroeder. I'm Jeff Levering. Thanks again for being with us. And Rock, Jackson Chourio hit a big home run yesterday. It seems like when the Brewers were pinch hitting for him late in ball games recently, he's taking those at-bats now.
He's doing a pretty good job. He's learning on the fly. He's learning at the big league level where most guys his age, 20 years older, down in the minor leagues, trying to figure it out. He's got a quick bat, really good hands. He goes to right field with authority. Still learning pitchers in this league. Probably hasn't faced a starting pitcher more than once. If he has, not too many. You know, defensively, he's been really good. I mean, tentative early on. Last couple of weeks, he's been more aggressive. I think the team's been looking for him to do that, taking risks. It's okay to make aggressive mistakes, but learn from them.
Jackson Chourio at the bottom of the order has done a great job igniting this offense. The guy driving him in a lot, that's Willie Adames. A homer, a sac fly in last night's ball game. What's going to be in store for game number 2? We'll find out next.
Are open. Pleasant spring evening for baseball with Bill Schroeder and Sophia Minard. Jeff Levering with you. Middle game of this 3-game series with their former American League East foes, the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto coming in 2 games under 500. John Schneider trying to get them off the schneid. The starting lineup brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Spencer Horwitz, Danny Jansen, the Wisconsin native, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He hits third. Bichette, Varsho, Turner in the middle. Springer, Kiner Falefa, and the veteran Kevin Kiermaier is batting 9th in center field. Taking the field for the first time as a big leaguer, Carlos Rodriguez, wearing 00 for the Brewers. His AAA numbers, Rock. They are brought to you by Spectrum.
Yep, 12 different starting pitcher used by the Brewers. We're only in the beginning part of June, around mid-June, but 11 starts down in the minor leagues, a .517 earned run average. Early on, first 6 starts for him, walked 20 guys. After that, last 6, 9 walks. That's a big deal for him. A control pitcher at this point, not a hard thrower.
Defense behind him, Rock.
They got Yelich, Perkins, and Churio in the outfield. Monasterio filling in for Joey Ortiz. A late scratch today. Adames Terang up the middle. Rhys Hoskins at first, and William Contreras pushing the buttons for the young right-hander tonight.
Home plate umpires Quinn Walcott. Junior Valentine is over at first. Ramon De Jesus is at second base, and the crew chief at third is Adrian Johnson. Got to imagine there's some butterflies in the stomach of Carlos Rodriguez, about ready to make his big league debut. He's been with the team for the last 24 hours, so at least got to experience showing up at the ballpark, what that system is like. His mom and dad were able to make it in for tonight's ball game in a special moment. Who's more nervous, pitcher or parents?
Parents have got to be more nervous. You know they are. He may be nervous, but you know the guys that have come up here, like Myers, and you had Gasser. Those guys didn't really seem too nervous in their big start.
See Dad sweating it out a little bit. He's yet to throw a pitch, and the first man he will face in the big leagues will be Spencer Horwitz. Brewers got a fantastic start last night from Colin Ray, and Rodriguez trying to back that up with a gem of his own. His first pitch in the show is fouled away for strike one. Horowitz with a pair of hits in the game yesterday. That misses slightly high with a cutter.
He's got about a 5 or 6 pitch mix. I talked to Rick Sweet, the AAA manager, that was working with Rodriguez for the season, saying he's got a lot of poise. He's a strike thrower at this point, not so much his first 6 starts. He's doing a much better job working ahead in the count in his last 6.
Co-pitcher of the year in the Brewers organization, Robert Gasser, as we touched on. But wise beyond his years, and his poise, as you mentioned, Rock, is through the roof at a 22-year-old kid. He's ahead of Horowitz. It's 2-2 now on the leadoff man for Toronto.
It was important for a young kid making his major league debut to have a relatively easy first inning. You don't want to have him out there struggling early on.
Fly ball to left. Yelich nearing the line and unable to make the play. Almost for Christian Yelich.
Well, high five as he goes back to left field. It looked like it was going to stay in play, but just out of the reach of Yelich.
Good job getting his arm above that bar. Not quite shades of Moises Alou in left field, but
yeah, that was unfortunate, wasn't it?
Two again to Horwitz. Struck him out. First big league K for Carlos Rodriguez.
And 95, top of the strike zone. Up and in to get him. Yeah, good pitch, actually up and away. Right on the edge. Yeah, good start for the young man.
Free and easy with that delivery, too. Danny Jansen now. And Jansen takes inside 96 with that sinker. Five homers, 15 RBIs, had a fractured bone in his hand early in the season. And he drives one to left. Yelich back, and he's there to make the catch. That was allowed at out number 2.
Yeah, sinking liner, just didn't have the top spin on it to have it carry. Yelich able to go back. Relatively easy play as he got to the warning track. No problem. Looked like a cutter that stayed right down the middle of the plate. You don't want to throw that pitch to this guy.
Will have a very different result. Two outs, nobody on in the first, and Guerrero ground ball. Adames, a diving play, gets up, throws to first, and Hoskins with a scoop. A 3 up and 3 down, and then Guerrero saying challenge it, that Hoskins wasn't on the bag. We'll see what the Blue Jays want to do.
Yeah, heck of a play on both ends. Look at Willie Adames getting up, kind of flipped it quickly. And he did tap the bag. He did come off initially and then tap the bag for the out right there.
Right on that back corner. Nice play by Rhys Hoskins. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Carlos Rodriguez in his big league debut. One, two, three through the Blue Jays. Starting lineup for Pat Murphy's Brewers. It's brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. A change at the top. Joey Ortiz, a late scratch with some hamstring tightness. So Andrew Monasterio makes the start. Slew of righties in the lineup against the left-hander Yusei Kikuchi. Blue Jays got a win for him for the first time in 7 starts his last time out.
Yeah, he beat the Baltimore Orioles 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Broke a 4-game losing streak. Got a good fastball, that's for sure. 3rd year with the Blue Jays.
Beat the Brewers a season ago. Brewers got to him as he was a member of Seattle's squad. Monasterio in the leadoff spot. Started at first base in Sunday's ball game in Detroit. And should have had a homer. Got robbed of a home run late in that ball game. The 3-0 pitch is a very wide strike. Not automatic on 3-0.
Not a good start. Not even close. Come on. Really?
3-1. And a swing and a miss. So it's 3-2 now on Monasterio. Contreras to follow, then Yelich. Just 2 lefties in the lineup. That's ball 4.
Don't be sure.
Just hesitating there for a moment. How about the Landmark Credit Union defense, Rock?
Yeah, you got Barshow, Kiermaier, and Springer in the outfield. Connor Falefa, Justin Turner on the corners. And Bo Bichette, Spencer Horwitz up the middle, and Denny Jansen behind home plate tonight.
Here's Contreras. Base hit in 4 tries last night. It's on the inside corner for a strike. Not a lot of Brewers have seen Kikuchi. Contreras hit a homer against him last year in Toronto. Also walked twice against Kikuchi that day. It's fouled away.
Yeah, 3rd start for Kikuchi against the Brewers. 1 good, 1 bad. The bad one came right here at American Family Field.
It lasted just 2 innings in that start. Oh-2 is in tight. 97 on that heater.
Another guy with a 4-pitch mix. Yeah, fastball, curve, slider, changeup.
And a toss to first as Contreras back. So Justin Turner playing over at first base today. Ground ball off of Kikuchi into center of base hit. Monasterio stops at second. Back-to-back base runners to open up the ball game for Milwaukee.
Yeah, good job staying back on a changeup. Changeup up and away. Stayed back long enough. Well, when you have a changeup up like that, gives a hitter an opportunity to get a barrel on it. And William did. Good start to the night for Milwaukee.
For Christian Yelich, an opportunity to hit with a man in scoring position. Last night, Yelich was 0 for 4 in the opener. First pitch is a breaking ball for a strike. This is where Kikuchi has really struggled with runners in scoring position. Opponents hitting almost 370 against him with an OPS nearing 900. When you have a rank with 2 dashes next to it, that's usually not good.
Yeah. After a pretty good season a year ago with the Blue Jays, 11-6. Earned an average just a little over 3.8. That's good work.
It's been tough on lefties this year. 0-2 coming and a swing and a miss. Yelich gone on strikes on the curveball.
Well, nothing but right-handers coming up now. Yelich, the only lefty in the lineup, chases a breaking ball in the dirt.
Only 1 extra base hit for left-handed batters this season against Kikuchi. So now you got the slew of righties, starting with Adames. 2 for 3, including a solo homer and a sac fly last night. Takes another wide strike. That's going to be there all day. It's going to be a good day to pitch.
Yeah, hitters beware tonight.
Good speed at second with Monasterio. That's in tight. 98 on that fastball.
That's about where he topped out in his last start against the Orioles. And 98, anywhere between 93 and 98 with the fastball.
Swing and a miss.
He's got that little interesting delivery, kind of a short arm delivery, unusual, I think, for a lefty. Really can't see it out of his hand all that well.
Throw to second base, back Monasterio. Fly ball into right. Springer handles it for out number 2. Up to Rhys Hoskins. He's in the 5 spot today. Back in at first base. Saw him make a nice play on that throw by Adames to end the top of the first.
Put a little pressure on that leg injury that he had and came off the injured list. Kind of light on his feet on that play, wasn't he?
Very nimble.
Looked good.
That's not an easy stretch either.
No.
Back into foul territory for any first baseman.
Especially when you got Guerrero coming down at you.
You got some protection on the fair side. You don't have any protection on the foul side as a first baseman. Two on, 2 out for Hoskins. And now 2-0. Let's go back to that stretch.
You see the way he uses his feet and the base to his benefit. Able to get that foot back before Guerrero hits the bag and able to get out of the way of the big fella.
Two-0 popped up, foul. 2-1.
Might not have been an out last year. The bases are bigger.
Extra inch on all the edges. The pizza box now. 3-1 on Hoskins. A lot of pitches in this first inning from Kikuchi. 21 thus far. And that's ball 4. Hoskins hesitated for a moment, thought that was going to be called for a strike. Instead, ball 4, and they're loaded for Sanchez.
They got to hesitate just a touch. Not sure what a strike is at this point, but let's call it a ball.
Josh Schneider looking in, saying, where was that? He's giving him the corner, not that inside corner, though. Gary Sanchez had some big hits on the last homestand. Only one hit on that road trip, was 1 for 11. And he takes it outside. Sanchez is 2 for 5 lifetime against Kikuchi with 3 walks. And Kikuchi, tough to call that an arm fake. Just a meh. Foul back. Ooh, Sanchez had a rip. Here's the last homestand for Gary Sanchez. Had that 2-run double off of Imanaga, 7 RBIs in all. Big 2-run blast in the 8th inning to give the Brewers the lead in the finale. Added another 2-run single on Sunday before the team got out of town. And that's blocked nicely by Jansen. He's one of the best in the game at blocking baseballs.
Yeah, very solid defensively. The Blue Jays catching core. Kirk last night, pretty good.
Jansen, an Appleton kid, playing back in his home state. There's Kirk getting the night off. 2-1 on Sanchez. Ground ball, third base, and a good play by Kiner Falefa. Stayed down on it, throws out Sanchez. Brewers had a threat. They leave him loaded. On to the second inning for Carlos Rodriguez.
In Milwaukee, the major league debut for the 22-year-old Carlos Rodriguez is off to a great start. Already got his first strikeout, 9 pitches for him, 6 strikes in that first inning for him. And it was a rough start to his season in AAA. Certainly wasn't expecting to be here at this point the way he started. An earned run average over 8 with 20 walks in his first 6 starts with the Nashville Sounds. but figured things out with AAA pitching coach Jeremy Accardo, and over his last 6, a 283 earned run average, just 9 walks. He said that they just cleaned up some things with his mechanics, and it was really about his setup. He said the direction of his face, not making enough contact with home plate before he got into his throwing motion and into his mechanics. So he said he had to get off the mound a lot in between starts, spend a lot of time working through those things with Jeremy Accardo. Finally got comfortable with those mechanics and feeling much more confident with his stuff now, and just felt like he was back to throwing strikes consistently, which is what got him here, guys, and earned him minor league pitcher of the year in back-to-back seasons. He won it along with Robert Gasser, who he's filling in for now in the starting rotation.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sophia. And all it takes is one little thing to click, and then you're back right where you want to be.
Yeah, very subtle changes can make such a big difference, whether you're a pitcher or a hitter. On defense,
Strikes out Bo Bichette for his second big league K.
and confidence has a lot to do with it as well. When you know that everything is working in sync, you're throwing the ball where you want it, and that confidence starts to build. That's a big thing as well. Yeah, good fastball, another one up in the zone. Got it right by him.
Mom thrilled so far. Dad, all right, what's next, kid? Varsho takes up and away with that slider. 1 ball, no strikes. Varsho had one of the 4 hits for Toronto last night. A bunt single. First look at that changeup from Rodriguez. That's kind of the calling card for him.
He's got a good one amongst others.
Varsho lines it fair inside the bag. It's going to head towards the corner. Varsho on his way towards second. The throw there is late. Varsho's got a 1-out double.
Yeah, changeup that was down and in. Not a good spot for a changeup. Varsho able to drop the head of the bat on it. Rip it down the line past Rhys Hoskins. Hey, Trio did a good job getting there quickly and getting it in. Pretty close play at second. I thought that might have been a triple when it was off the bat.
Churio did a nice job of cutting that ball off before it really got deep into that corner. Varsho can run. Man in scoring position for Justin Turner. Takes high for ball 1. Very judicious with his strike zone discipline. Averages almost 4.5 pitches per plate appearance. That is #1 in Major League Baseball.
Man, he's just a pro. I mean, a professional hitter. He gives you what you need. Doesn't really show off too much. I mean, he just takes in what the pitcher gives him. Good citizen. One of my favorite guys in the big leagues.
Great story to get to where he was too. DFA'd, signed with the Dodgers, and then resurrected his career. Great years in LA. That's high and tight. Spent last season with the Boston Red Sox. And signed to play in Toronto. Trying to find him some at-bats. That's why he's over at first base today. Done a good share of DHing. And took a strike. That outside corner to a right-handed hitter is open.
Yeah, wide open. Not just off the corner, a little bit off it as well. Stereo got rung up on one that wasn't a strike. That didn't look like it was a strike.
2-2 on Turner. And a line drive into left, a base hit. Varsho went back initially. They'll hold him at third as Yelich gets it into the cutoff man. 2-strike base hit by Justin Turner. They're on the corners for Toronto.
Yeah, that high fastball after the changeup. Not going to fool Justin Turner. Up in his zone at 94. Able to barrel it up. He's always been a very good fastball hitter.
First real adversity facing Rodriguez in this start. Deals with George Springer. 0 for 3 yesterday, 1 for his last 11 at the plate. And takes the breaking ball inside for ball 1. Bottom part of the order for Toronto. Remember, they scored first yesterday, the homer by Kirk, and then the Brewers scored 3 unanswered. Line drive and pass Turang into right center, a base hit. That'll get the Blue Jays on the board. RBI single for George Springer. 3 straight hits for Toronto.
Well, not a bad number 7 hitter, would you say, George Springer? He's had a terrific career, big home run hitter, taking his fastball away just out of the reach of Bryce. And Toronto on the board first.
Just missed it, playing a couple of steps towards the middle, and now Chris Hook is coming out to chat with Rodriguez. Game went 1, 2, 3 in the first, and now the game's speeding up a little bit.
MLB.tv is 50% off for your Father's Day through June 17th. Stream every out-of-market game on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
First mound visit used by the Brewers. 3 to go as Adames and Turner saying hello to one another. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa saw an end to his brief 5-game hitting streak last night with an 0 for 3. Hit into a double play. Rodriguez could use one of those right now. Really throwing that slider with a lot of conviction early.
Yeah, kind of slipping out of the hand a little bit, maybe trying to overthrow it.
Foul back, got a break on that hanging slider.
Too much. Sometimes they're so bad they're good.
Ball and a strike on Kiner-Falefa. Hit foul. 3 straight sliders.
That's better. Had that one on the edge, up a little bit.
Shape of that slider, that last one looked very reminiscent of a Freddie Peralta slider. On the ground to third, Monasterio is going to go to second for 1, to first, not in time. First and third now for Toronto. Ball not hit overly hard. Kiner-Falefa runs pretty well.
Yeah, working ahead in the count, got the curveball down out of the strike zone, had to chase it. And no chance for a double play. Kiner-Falefa runs pretty well.
Ball hit a little further towards third base. Monasterio may have had an opportunity to step on third and throw across. Ball was right at him. Kevin Kiermaier is the hitter. He's in the number 9 spot. And takes down and in. Ball popped away from Contreras. Very right-handed heavy lineup for Toronto. Longtime Tampa Bay Ray, Kevin Kiermaier. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, they only have one lefty on the bench. That's Vogelbach. And 3 in the starting lineup. There's Vogie.
Vogie and Murph had a long chat before the game today. Behind the cage during batting practice.
He's had a nice career, hasn't he? Good hitter.
30 homer season with Seattle before he ended up with the Brewers for a season and a half. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup, and good job limiting the damage to just 1 run in that second inning by Rodriguez. research. So far, over $1.3 million have been raised. You can donate at pcf.org/home run challenge. Blake Perkins leads it off for the Brewers. Had the bases loaded in the first inning. Get that big hit with 2 outs. Perkins ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Rodriguez did a nice job of getting through what could have been a really nasty situation in that second. 1-out double. Back-to-back base hits, nothing else.
Yeah, 3 straight hits and only 1 run. You take that. And then the fact you're able to get Kiermaier, don't have to deal with the top of the order with men on base.
22 pitch inning, running through the sequence with Contreras. 2-1, swing and a miss. Perkins came into the game late yesterday, had 1 at bat, struck out. Ground ball right side, that's through a base hit. Put those hands in nicely.
Yeah, got to keep the hands in if you want to get the barrel of the bat on it on a pitch in on you. Check it out. Look how close the hands are to the body. The bat comes through and he's able to sneak one into right. Didn't get all of it, but put it in a good spot. Good at bat.
2-strike AB, and now Jackson Chourio gets a crack. Homered in last night's game. Swinging the bat very well the last week. And takes high and wide. Here's his homer from last night, Rock.
It was a slur. Check it out. You know, had to go out and reach for it a little bit. Kept the hands back. A line drive into the Brewers bullpen. Starting to come into his own, not just at the plate, but defensively as well.
7th home run for Chourio. And a swing and a miss. He tried to do it there.
Got a shot at 20 home runs, 15 to 20.
Certainly on pace for it. 2+ months into the season, sitting on 7.
Not bad for a 20-year-old.
Carlos Rodriguez, today's starter, 22, feels like a seasoned veteran compared to the 20.
Yeah, he's the old man.
A lot of youth on this Brewers team. It's the youngest position player group in Major League Baseball. Caught the corner. It's 1-2 on Jackson Chourio. Take on the change, 2-2. How about Rodriguez sitting on the bench with his old Nashville teammates?
Yeah, he don't want to be sitting by himself. He wants to talk to guys, stay engaged. Tomorrow's starter sitting right next to him.
Foul back, good cut at 97. Chourio, I think he wants that one back the way he's reacting.
Just up enough to keep the business barrel, end of the barrel off the baseball. Get that ball down a little bit. Different result.
That's line foul. The confidence level from the swings from Jackson Chourio in the last 2 weeks have increased twofold.
Yeah. Well, what it is, chicken or the egg, right? I mean, if the game starts to come around, you get confidence, or it's the confidence that makes the game come around. I am digging on those shoes, though.
You wear shoes like that, you better be able to fly. Chourio can fly.
Yeah.
3-2. See if they send Perkins. Stays put, and ball 4.
Wow.
Well, John Schneider, the manager for the Toronto Blue Jays, is less than pleased.
I'm not sure how you call that a ball. I mean, that's a strike. I don't blame him for shaking his head. I think both sides have had their issues. Clearly in the strike zone.
Brewers catch a break. Definitely a strike, and Jackson Chourio feeling it a little bit. He'll take it. 2 on, nobody out. Corner's playing up for Bryce Terang. Squares the bunt, lays it down foul. He is an excellent bunter for a base hit, but in these sacrifice situations, it's been a bit of a struggle.
And most of the time it's going to be against left-handed pitching, which isn't easy on him either.
One squares again and took a strike. Terang has 3 sacrifices of the 5 total for the Brewers, and now he's in an 0-2 hole. We'll see if Pat Murphy keeps that bunt on with 2 strikes. Great speed on the bases. Another man to second. And he struck out. So Kikuchi with a big strikeout. This is exactly how the first inning went. First 2 on and then a strikeout.
Yep, right on the outside part of the plate. I forgot about Terang, another left-handed hitter. There's 2 in the lineup. Not just Yelich.
Pat Murphy and Bryce Terang having a little chat. That wide strike on the breaking ball. It's 0-1. Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run leaderboard pair with 10. Willie Adames at his 10th last night. Gave the Brewers the lead for good. And it's up and in. Two and one on Monasterio. 45 pitches for Kikuchi through an inning and a third.
Just didn't have as good command tonight, particularly with his breaking ball.
Pitching coach Pete Walker looking on. There's that breaking ball, just flipped it in there for a strike. See the numbers for Monasterio. Runners in scoring position. Not many opportunities. 3 for 9. Lines it fouled on the right field line. Again, a late scratch from Joey Ortiz. Had some hamstring tightness.
I just hope that's not going to put him on the injured list. Boy, he's been terrific.
All-star candidate.
Yeah.
2-2. Ground ball foul. Ortiz feels like he's played every day. Very rarely gets a day of rest.
Wasn't the case early in the year. Loves every minute of playing every day. Need him in the lineup.
7th pitch of this at bat to Monasterio. And that's low. Ooh, Kikuchi is starting to get really fired up. That's a good pitch from Kikuchi. And I'm not sure how long John Schneider's going to be sticking around this ball game.
No, this is a strike as well. I don't blame him. Not too close to take.
Full count, 3-2. And Kikuchi. What's that called, Rock?
I don't know. Just okay. I'm just going to take a look at you. I'm not even going to throw it. Saving the arm.
To center field. Back Kiermaier. Warning track, and he caught it. Perkins went 3/4 of the way, able to get back, while Chourio went back to first to go tag. It's actually not a bad idea by Perkins, because now you've got Contreras coming up and you got to pitch to him. Boy, Monasterio just missed this.
Yeah, you can see just missed the sweet spot by a millimeter. Still got Kiermaier all the way back to the wall. Not sure why Perkins went 3/4. I mean, even you go 10 feet off the bag and the ball falls, you're going to be able to score with his speed. And now not able to tag up and go to third.
Contreras at the plate. First and second. P. Walker out for a chat. 50 pitches for Kikuchi. Guy you want at the plate in this situation. Man in scoring position and 2 outs.
You got Yelich on deck, the left-hander who Kikuchi struck out his first time up. Maybe be careful with Contreras. We'll see. A little early for that, though, isn't it?
Agreed. It's only the second inning. Big gap in left center. And ball 1. A couple of those edges are pretty tight.
Yeah, Kikuchi, he's not showing his pleasure too much, is he? Wearing it on his sleeve.
There you got the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blue Jays had lost 7 consecutive starts that Kikuchi had until the last time out. And they beat Baltimore 6 really good innings. 6 Ks. Walk numbers are down. Even though he's walked 3 already in this start. Matches a season high.
15 walks to go with 71 strikeouts coming in. That's pretty good.
Swing and a miss. He's been walking the tightrope, that's for sure. Chopper towards the middle. Bichette fields, goes the short way, and just able to hold the bag was Horowitz at second base to beat Churiel. The Brewers are going to take a look, see whether Horowitz was even on the bag. Bichette made up a lot of ground on that top spin ground ball, and that will end the inning. Brewers had a couple of men on base, couldn't cash them in. We head to the 3rd.
The June Drive for Charity coming up Friday through Sunday. Fans donating will receive a Devin Williams pin, and you can go to brewers.com/BCF. You can make an online donation there as well, and that's all presented by the Brewers Community Foundation's Leadership Council.
Thanks so much, Sophia. Back at it in the third inning. Top of the order for a second time against Rodriguez. Flare to shallow center. That's going to fall for a base hit for Horwitz. Leadoff man off for the first time for Toronto. First time in the first 2 games of the series that the leadoff batter has begun an inning by reaching base.
Yeah, Colin Ray, terrific last night. 7 strong, 1 run. Not a bad pitch right there. Change up off the plate. Welcome to the big leagues, young man. You're not going to get too many hits on a pitch like that in the minors.
Jansen scalded one to left, but found the glove of Christian Yelich for an out. One of the rare non-batting glove wearing hitters these days, and he fouls that one back. Slider had some hang time.
That's your why you need batting gloves when you have that that tape that they're using, that rubberized tape. I'll tell you what, if they had that when I played, I'd hit 250. Have you ever held a bat with that stuff on it? I mean, it is so comfortable.
Like tennis tape.
Little tacky, you know, you get a good grip. That stuff right there. Tremendous.
Put a little pine tar on there and you're all set.
I should put that on my golf club. Maybe that'll help. Or not.
Jansen fouls it away at the tape.
Yeah, on the handle.
Use that instead of the golf grip.
That and the golf grip.
Oh, do double up.
Yeah.
That's a heck of an idea.
And no glove.
What about having a thicker handle? No, like a putter. Now you can have a thick putter handle.
Yeah, I get it.
You're a pretty good golfer. You shot a 40 the other day on the front 9.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Morning Star, my course.
It's a great day.
Unbelievable day. Never to see that again.
Never know. Here's to hoping. I think you're onto something though with that grip over the other grip.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
3-2 on Jansen. Horowitz driven back with a throw.
You know, we used to put white athletic tape around the handles to get a little bit of a grip, and every now and again you'd twist the tape around the handle and then put the tape around.
Yeah.
So you get more of a grip. Don't need to do that anymore.
3-2. Runner stays put, and that's ball 4. First walk issued by Rodriguez, announced Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Well, yesterday, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. lost a bat on that foul ball, and it got stuck. If you missed it last night, it was very entertaining. They tried to throw baseballs at it, try and flip it, finally used this hook, which ended up not working, then finally put some tape around the hook, and it jarred loose, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. got reacquainted with his bat. Used it for his last 2 plate appearances.
Saying glad you're back. I needed you.
Welcome back, honey.
See now, Vladimir Guerrero uses the tape, and you can see the underneath the wraparound tape. He's got that thing I was talking about. A little extra grip. Old school way to do it.
You see that all the time. Well, I mean, when you would watch Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, they were experts at taping their bats. Like the crisscross pattern. One and one on Guerrero. It's 2-1. See the tape and even a little extra on the knob.
Pine tar all over the place. That's old school right there.
Tough zone tonight. 3-1.
Yeah, just flip a coin tonight. You just don't know what a strike's going to be. Umpires have bad days too. This is a strike.
Going both ways. 3-1. Liner caught by Adames. No other play. Boy, Guerrero had a missile, put his hands up and said, "What, man?"
That's the kind of way it's going for Guerrero. He still is hitting the ball awfully hard, but not getting the elevation to hit it out of the ballpark like he used to.
You play over here for one pitch, then you play over here for the next pitch. What gives?
You hit it right at me. What do you want me to do?
Right in the glove. T-Mobile coverage cam, Adam ball. Bo Bichette, he struck out first time up, lays off the breaking ball. He's still talking about it.
Yeah.
Those two guys don't have a good time playing this game.
That's the way it should be.
Line drive right field, base hit. Runners had to hold. Station to station for Toronto. They are loaded with one out. And Dalton Varsho is the hitter.
You see that fastball ends up right down the middle. Pretty good swing by Bichette. Inside out stroke, thinking right field. Horwitz had to freeze.
Chris Hook heading out for another visit to the mound, second consecutive inning. And now a quick message from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Dalton Varsho. Try that one more time. A double his last time up. The only extra base hit of the ball game. Scored the only run, and Rodriguez running that pitch count up to 47 through his 2 1/3 innings.
Yeah, he leads the Blue Jays in home runs. Got 10 of them.
Team leader in RBIs as well with 31. So he's up. Monasterio on the grass at third, everybody else back. And the first pitch is in with a cutter. There's a strike. Career .333 hitter with the bases loaded in his tenure as a big leaguer. Dalton Varsho. It's only hit into one double play. Swing and a miss at the changeup. That was a beauty.
Really good changeup. Off the plate, got him to chase.
One-two pitch, up and out. Saw some 94s, 96s with that fastball. That last fastball at 91 from Rodriguez. Trying to get out of a jam. Swing and a miss. He got him. Big strikeout for Rodriguez.
Yeah, there's that 95. It came right back to him after 91 with a fastball. Elevates it at 95 and gets his strikeout right underneath it. And big out for the young man.
One more to get, and it's Justin Turner. See the pitch usage thus far. Turner. Ball one. Check the swing, didn't go. Both sides getting a little hot under the collar. 1-0 on Turner. Breaking ball caught the inside edge. Up to 55 pitches for Rodriguez after a 9-pitch first. Got his feet wet. Now the Blue Jays having some real traffic. Popped him up, foul territory, and in the seats.
Yeah, backup slider that time, got away with it. Pitch up and in. You can see Turner wishes he could have another crack at that pitch.
Mom and dad on the edge of their seat watching their 22-year-old right-hander try and navigate through this third inning. 2-2 to Turner. Popped him up. Shallow left. It'll be Adames securing it, and Rodriguez tiptoes his way through a scoreless third. Got some outstanding guests with us. Michael Milken and the principal owner of the Brewers. That's Mark Attanasio joining us, talking about Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Of course, keeping dad in the ball game with Father's Day coming up on Sunday. It's a great way to tell everybody as Yelich lines one to left. It's going to be caught for out number one, but a great opportunity to talk about prostate cancer and awareness and how everybody can go get themselves checked out.
Well, this is Mark's 20th year. It's my 29th year, so it's kind of exciting here. But the best news is there'll be 3.5 million men enjoying Father's Day with their families today, this Sunday in remission. So thank you, Milwaukee Brewers, and thank you, Major League Baseball.
No, we're not the only stop on your tour, right? You've got week number 3 includes a number of other ballparks. Where are you going next?
Minneapolis, Baltimore, the Mets, the Cubs, Seattle, and we finish at the Dodgers. And this year we have a little competition where people have to predict who's going to hit the most home runs, what team, what player, and what team's going to hit the least home runs and what the total home runs are.
So who's the clubhouse leader right now in your competition?
Well, the most home runs this year have been hit by Baltimore. Number 2, the Yankees. Judge has hit 11 home runs since we started this.
Wow.
On May 22nd.
He's doing a very fine job of donating to the cause, that's for sure.
He sure is. He sure is. But Milwaukee has never let us down.
Never. Well, we had a great last homestand against the Chicago Cubs. Had 2 more home runs in the ball game yesterday against Toronto, so we're helping out. $1.3 million raised already this year.
That
right?
is correct, and we've raised over $72 million since we started. And in the ballpark tonight are a number of people from the University of Wisconsin. We always come. Mark and Debbie have supported a number of young investigators. One is here tonight. And these are young scientists. You pick them up about early 30s and try to convince them to work in the field of cancer research. And it's made quite a difference in this period of time. And so the death rate's off 50%. since we started. And one of the keys of this program was to keep Dad in the game.
So, Mark, how did tell us again how you got involved in this program with Michael?
Oh, Mike, we started it, as you said, what, 29 years ago? So my privilege, my first year being an owner here, was to host the Home Run Challenge. And,
we indoctrinated Mark early.
You eased him in a little bit. You didn't put too much on him right away.
No, but
I think you can handle it, though, right, Mark?
I can handle it. The research they've done is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, PCF is the main reason that prostate cancer has gone from being like a death sentence to being a chronic situation.
Early detection, though, right, Michael? Early
detection at one time was essential. Today, more than 20 different treatments have been approved. So, and what we found is with the field of immunology and a lot of the work right here in the state of Wisconsin, that it's dramatically changing how you would care for a cancer patient, all cancer patients. So the idea 29 years ago was, let's get out to the ballpark, remind your dad to get a simple blood test, and keep Dad in the game. So that was the idea.
Ground ball towards the middle, base hit for Hoskins. Adames stops at second base. A couple of more runners on for the Brewers. For Gary Sanchez, I know we talked a couple of years ago, the last time, maybe not the last time, but a few years ago, my dad was a prostate cancer survivor. He's gone through everything. He's doing great. He's been in remission for a number of years, and without people getting involved and making the donations and doing everything that they do, that wouldn't have happened, right?
That is true. And so you understand your probability doubles because of your dad. And so your chances are, say, 1 in 4. And if you had another family member, an uncle, a grandfather, a first cousin, it could get down to 1 in 2. And so one of the things that's happened is we've done a lot of study on the microbiome, and we understand that what you eat could affect the rate of cancer growth or decrease the rate of cancer growth. And you can go to pcf.org and go to the nutrition work that we've done here. And it's always good to talk about nutrition in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Well, certain foods are pretty good to lessen your exposure to prostate cancer.
Cooked tomatoes,
right?
for sure. And but it is so exciting for me. I met Mark when he was a very young man, and still is a young man. And
young at heart.
The fact that you're in one of the smallest media markets in America, and I believe the Brewers have the 4th best record in baseball in the last 10 years. Is that accurate?
Oh, that's correct. Over 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing
third
feat.
best record in the National League this year.
What's amazing as you travel around is seeing how few batters are hitting 300 today.
That's almost like a unicorn type of season, but for a while the Brewers' top 3 hitters in the order were all hitting over 300.
Well, you still have 3 hitters hitting out of the 9 in the National League. In the American League, there's only 4 players hitting over 300 this year. So
batting average not a big deal. I wish I was playing now because my batting average wouldn't be so bad. So getting back to prostate cancer, at what age, 40 years old, you start getting tested?
My belief is at 40 for sure. If you're an African American, for sure at 40. They have twice the death rate of the general population. I was diagnosed at 46 and had absolutely no symptoms, and had I not had that simple blood test with what was available when I was diagnosed 30 years ago, I probably wouldn't be sitting with you today. But today, no matter how advanced your prostate cancer is, a man has a 99% chance of living 5 years or longer. And for most people, this should not be the cause of death if you're active. And you have one of the great cancer centers in America here in Wisconsin. And the head of the cancer center, Arbone, is here today at the game. So for citizens living in the state, you don't have to travel the world. You might have to go from Milwaukee to Madison to get the best care. But We fund in 282 different academic centers in 28 countries, but we have done a lot of funding here in the state of Wisconsin.
I know the Brewers and everybody else are just so thankful for everything that you have done, of course, for helping the awareness of prostate cancer. And with Father's Day, it's a great time to get out there and get the awareness out, because there's something about baseball and fathers and sons, or father figures and sons, that just brings it all together.
Well, that was the original idea. Come out to the ballpark, remind your dad, your grandfather, your uncle, your coworker, just to go get that simple blood test. And that's the job each of you have done for so many years.
And the website for folks to log on to get involved, get some information, give that to us again.
PCF.org, ProstateCancerFoundation.org.
Popped up behind home plate. Jansen giving it a look, and it's in the seats. How many of these wristbands, by the way, have you given away?
About 40,000.
That's it? I feel like that's light.
I don't know if you're going to get a big markup if you put them on eBay.
Now you've got the magazine. Do you have the trivia questions in there
Yes,
again?
we do.
Right?
We have trivia
That's
for
one of
you.
my favorites. Yeah.
No, and we have
Are you still giving that trip to Hawaii, by the way, if anybody
yes,
goes perfect?
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
Just checking.
Yes,
You came
we
close
do.
one year, didn't you?
I was.
Oh, you got 4 out of 5.
I was 4 out of 5. There's a swing and a miss by Blake Perkins, and the inning ends. Guys, thank you so much
Thank
for taking
you,
a couple of minutes. Michael, good luck with the rest of your tour. Mark, always great to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Happy
Thank you.
Father's Day.
Happy
Mark,
Father's Day,
thanks for
guys.
coming on.
PCF.org, that's where you need to go as Carlos Rodriguez climbs the mound for inning number 4. Hey, I know who that is, Rock.
My better half on the right, Kate. Got a friend in town from the Twin Cities. A rare appearance for Kate Schroeder at the ballpark tonight.
She'll be here twice this week. There's
Yeah.
a pop up to shallow left. Right there is Adames. 1 pitch, 1 out. Kind of gets us talking about what's going to happen on Friday, Rock. I know how much you love talking about yourself, but the 30 Rock celebration, celebrating your 30 years in the television booth. Your old buddies, Matt Vasgersian, Jim Paschke, Darren Sutton, Matt LePay, Craig Kashan. BA is going to be back to be the pseudo MC of the event.
Jeff Levering. Speaking of not wanting to talk about yourself, that's going to be fun. I mean, what a nice thing the Brewers and Valley Sports, you guys are doing to bring all these guys back together. They're going to have a big long pregame show. We're going to be talking about our time with those guys, and BA already did a podcast that I got a chance to listen to. Hilarious, good stuff. most of it picking on me, but all in good fun. Really appreciate those guys getting involved, and it's going to be a good time on Friday. Each one of those guys are going to come up, do an inning with me, like the old days.
That's right. Start with Paschke and then move to Matty V and then Darren, Matt LePay. It's going to be a tough play. Contreras fires. It's wide. It's going to be a base hit. Infield single for Kiner Falefa. I finally had a chance to listen to the podcast. It, as the kids say, dropped on Monday. So I had a chance to listen to it today. It is worth every minute of it, because you learn about those other guys in their careers and where they get to, but the common theme in all of it is you. And it's great to hear Jim Paschke's perspective on it, because you came in, you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and let's go, I want to do everything, and then Paschke leaves after a couple of years, and then it's you got an injury on the field. Ouch. Matt Vasgersian comes in and he's the young kid. You're kind of the guy who's got to bring him into the big leagues, and Darren Sutton similarly. So it's really interesting hearing all those perspectives. Meanwhile, it's your evolution as well.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, Jim Paschke, I mean, he taught me so much in a very short period. There's Jimmy.
He's double dipping this week
Jim
too.
Paschke, a legend in here in this town, and doing the Bucks, and 2 different times doing Brewers baseball. We actually worked with Vuki for a while.
Yeah.
So I figured if Vuki could do TV, I could. They say I have a face for radio, but that's a story for another day. But Jimmy was very patient with me, no doubt. I didn't have any idea what I was doing, and he was patient, taught me a lot, and I really appreciate his input early on. That was 95 and 1996.
And then Matt Vasgersian came in. He probably got himself a message, more than likely from our.
They're talking about you.
Fine director John Walsh, letting him know. Also produced the Bucks for a number of years and produced the Brewers before going to Chicago, then coming back as our director.
Yeah.
Gave him a little tip there. And then Matt Vasgersian comes in, and then Darren and BA, and our cavalcade of fill-ins over that time.
And let Casper filled in, and Matty LePay and Craig Kashan. Great folks, all of them. All of them different, but all pros.
Yeah, one of the great parts that I took from that was how everybody was so different. And you work with a lot of different personalities.
Yeah.
You go from Jim Paschke, who's, the guy sitting on the porch that you want to hang out with and watch a ball game. And he didn't have any baseball play-by-play experience either. Kiermaier lays it down. Rodriguez throws to first and gets Kiermaier.
Nice play.
That's an outstanding play. Kiermaier's still having a hard time with that knee after fouling the ball off. So that's the second out of the inning.
A couple times trying to drop down the bunt. That's a heck of a bunt. A good play by Rodriguez to get him. Those 22-year-old legs able to bounce off that mound and make a good throw to first base. Yeah, well done.
Good play.
Got him by half a step.
Now, just to finish the thought, you go from Paschke to Matt Vasgersian. I mean, you want to talk about a 180.
A little difference. Yeah, I mean,
Paschke wasn't dropping movie lines on you every other sentence.
No, and singing on the air. 2 years with Jimmy Paschke, and then 5 years with Vasgersian. 5 years with Darren Sutton. And this is the 18th year that BA and I have been together.
Yeah.
Well, Craig Kashan and I started pre and post game shows way back in 2001. So we've been together a long time doing shows, and you've been around a long time, and Sophia. There's Krager.
He's going to be on the pre and post game show that day. He's tuned in. Hey, Craig.
Yeah, he's done a lot in this market, and
he's the best.
Been a great guy, been a good friend. We have had some good times together.
Still one of my favorite photos whenever you walk inside this TV booth is of you and Craig Kashan with big shaving cream pies on your face.
That's when we were doing pregame shows down on the field in aluminum chairs in front of the dugout. And one of those days, Jeremy Burnitz and Richie Sexton came by with shaving cream pies and got us. And you know what? Craig Kashan didn't skip a beat. He just kept talking.
Right center, Churio can't get there. It's base hit. Run's going to score for Toronto. So the bunt comes back to help out the Blue Jays. Horowitz with his second hit of the ball game, and Pat Murphy is going to be on his way out. And this big league debut of Carlos Rodriguez will last 3 2/3 innings. Made some good pitches, but 7 hits, only 1 extra base hit against Rodriguez in his big league debut. 71 pitches, gives the baseball to Pat Murphy, and Elvis Peguero will be the first man out of the bullpen for the Brewers on this Tuesday night. More from American Family Field when we return. Valley Sports Wisconsin is presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook, a new era of sports betting. And sponsored in part by Northwestern Mutual, the official financial planning partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Carlos Rodriguez finished for the night. 3 2/3 innings, responsible for the runner at first. Elvis Peguero is on for the Brewers, facing Danny Jansen. First pitch, slider for his strike. Brewer Law Offices won't call. That's all called to the pen.
A little bit of a layoff for Elvis. He hasn't pitched since June 4th. That was at Philly. Allowed a run. Not very often is he giving up runs these days. Last 10 appearances, he's been really good.
Ground ball to third. Tough play. Monasterio, one hop across the diamond, and Hoskins couldn't squeeze it. Safe is Jansen. Had a lot to contend with. Deal with the hop and deal with that base runner bearing down.
I think Monasterio played that on the hop by design, so he gets a little bit more on it. Got rid of it quickly. Look how far behind the bag he is. That's why he played it on one hop. Pretty easy hop to handle, and Hoskins just missed it. Got it in the heel of the glove. Relatively easy play at first base.
Inning continues for Guerrero, and a wave and a miss at that slider.
Going to be an error on somebody.
And they give it to Monasterio. Made a pretty good play.
Yeah, tough error for him.
Swing and a miss again at the slider. Why not go back out there? And he laid off that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that slider for Peguero is nasty. It's electric right now. He's throwing it well, been consistent with it. 186 earned run average over his last 10 appearances.
And Peguero steps off.
Heavy sinker and slider for him.
It's a 50-50 guy. It's going to be one or the other. Showed him the sinker away. The run he allowed at Philadelphia, an 8th inning solo homer to Alec Bohm. Came on a sinker up in the zone. 2-2. Ground ball to Monasterio. Across the diamond, easier play, and Peguero gets out of it. 2 left on base. 30 Rock coming up this weekend. Look at that. What a beauty. American Family Field in the background, and Rock front and center.
Brewers trailing the Blue Jays 2-0 here at American Family Field. 4th inning, our time to check in with Rick Schlesinger, the Brewers president of business operations. Very busy homestand here, Rick. Friday night, we've got 30 Rock. It's going to be a great celebration. Bill Schroeder, what can you say about all of the distinguished guests that are coming back to celebrate Rock's 30 years in the booth?
It's great. You know, all of his play-by-play partners from the years are coming back. It's a monumental achievement to do as well as he's done for 30 years. And gosh, I remember when he played, so what does that make me? But it's so exciting for him to celebrate 30, and he keeps going strong.
It's going to be a lot of fun Friday night. Don't want to miss that. We're having an hour-long Brewers Live as well. And then Saturday, we've got the Sal Frelick bobblehead. Should be a very popular fan giveaway, and tickets still available. Yeah,
we're going to look at a sellout for both Saturday and Sunday. So first 30,000 fans on Saturday get the Sal Frelick bobblehead, and 10,000 fans on Sunday get the Miller Lite collared shirt. So good reason to come. We're playing a Central Division rival that's playing good baseball, and they'll be fun games.
All right, should be a great weekend coming up here at American Family Field, the Cincinnati Reds. And Rock, we cannot wait for 30 Rock night. It's going to be our best night of the year.
Yeah, I really appreciate everybody doing what they're doing. You know, I'm uncomfortable with all the attention, but very appreciative. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun going, seeing these guys come back, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great stories being told. Probably half of them true.
I disagree. I bet you all of them are true in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Maybe embellished.
In theory.
Paschke hasn't been able to put his phone away since we put him on camera. He's going to have a great time.
Jimmy had the tough stretch with me.
He had to teach you.
Yeah.
Nice play by Kiner Falefa. Throws out Churio for out number 1. But in theory, you guys were both teaching each other because he didn't have a lot of baseball experience. He had done one high school baseball game in his career, and then boom, here's the big leagues.
You know what Jimmy taught me, and I told you this story. I said this story 100 times. I mean, one of my early days in the broadcast booth back in '95, he said, Billy, you don't want to be a baseball player in the booth. You want to be a broadcaster that used to play. That was great advice, and I took that to heart. And I've tried to tell, the guys, that kind of fill in for me every now and again. That's what you want, and that was great advice, and I still live by that.
The overlying theme of that podcast, by the way, make sure you listen to it. Brewers Unfiltered podcast. Usually it's Sophia and Adam McCalvey and Tim Dillard. This one slashed down the left field line. Tough play. And Varsho's having an outstanding defensive season. Was positioned perfectly to take extra bases away from Teray. And Sophia, Adam, and Tim usually running the show on the Brewers Unfiltered, but BA just kind of took it over. He and Paschke and Vasgersian and Darren Sutton did a big roundtable. And the big thing, and I find this to be extremely true, and one of the rules that I try and live by when I do a broadcast. That's why it's so easy to work with you. It's just you come to the ballpark and you want to enjoy the sights and the sounds. And I think what we do great and what you do with all of your partners is that you're at the end of the bar and you're having a beverage and you're just providing some commentary about the baseball game. And that's what it's supposed to be.
And that's what it is. It's not life and death, right?
No.
I mean, it's a baseball game. Let's have some fun. You know, let's teach the folks out there that are watching on television a little bit about the game, what happened, what might have should have happened, what was the problem in that play, those types of things. But I'll tell you, Bob Uecker taught me a lesson too. Don't ever let it get personal.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with who you are or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, you pick out a play, a bad play by a player. You identify it. You don't start making it personal to that guy, saying that this guy does this all the time, those types of things. Bob Uecker taught me an awful lot about this business as well.
Yeah, Ueck is special. Of course, I've learned a ton from him, too. It's just, you make it easy, Rock. That's the overlying theme in the whole deal. You make it easy. You wouldn't last 30 years if you didn't.
Right. Been fun.
Monasterio strikes out swinging. Speaking of fun, oh man, maybe we'll have some of that in the future. Oh, Rocky and Krager, don't eat it. It's shaving cream, not whipped cream.
No cherry on it. Brewers swag this Father's Day with a Brewmaster shirt giveaway. That's courtesy of Miller Lite. Be one of the first 10,000 ticketed fans 21 and over through the gates at Sunday's game, and you'll take home the limited edition shirt. Grab seats at brewers.com.
That's it.
Very nice.
There's the back. Pretty sweet.
Brew shirt. Kind of looks like bowling shirt.
Yeah, bowling shirt. You could change oil in it.
Miller Lite.
Make beer in
Brewers.
it.
It's on the back. Very nice.
Wonky Brewers with the keg. Perfect. You know, I bet you there might be some folks that get this on Friday or on Sunday, I should say, and you could wear that in like a wedding party.
Yeah.
Really classy.
It is
good.
a nice shirt, right? Maybe iron it a little bit first.
Yeah, if you're going to a wedding, yeah, for sure.
Well, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Just take it out of the package. Savages. That's going to be sweet.
A lot of giveaways here at the ballpark. these days, last few years, right? Every Saturday.
Tough play, Adames. Ball had some English on it, got by Willie. Terang was right behind the play. Would have been a much easier play for Adames, but he missed it. A base hit for Bichette.
I think he did have a funny spin on it. That was right off the end of the bat. Watch they hop. It kind of stays down a little bit on Willie. Right there, just out of his reach.
A couple of infield singles now for Toronto. Varsho 1 out of 2, double and a strikeout. Sends this in the air, deep center. Perkins is on the move. He is there and makes the catch. Bichette tags and stops. He was playing in the gap in right center and still able to cut that down without any problems.
Yeah, Varsho hammered that one, hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark out there, and just to the left side of center field. You can see where Perkins started. He was shading him out toward right a little bit. And with his speed and his jump, no problem.
Heard Yelich in the background of that shot saying tag, 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 get rid of it quickly. Make sure Bichette stayed at first base. Turner takes strike one.
Elvis has pretty good stuff tonight. He's had a nice long layoff. Hasn't pitched since Philly.
Nasty slider.
That's the thing about this Brewers bullpen. I mean, Pat Murphy and Chris Hook have managed this bullpen beautifully. As much as they've thrown, they haven't overused any single one of them. Pat Murphy doesn't have any problem using any of those guys out in the bullpen. They've all been pretty good.
Towards first, Hoskins has it, throws the second one to first. Double play. 3-6-1, inning over. Perfectly done on the PFPs. They did them before the game today. (2-0). Brewers looking for some runs against Kikuchi. Let's go inside the play rock. It's brought to you by Freighter Medical College of Wisconsin. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, the toughness of double plays, that 3-6-1. I mean, Adames has to get rid of it before Peguero is ready to take the throw. You got to trust the fact that the guy's going to be there. He was, and they got the double play. Good, well done. As you mentioned, they were working on that today before batting practice.
PFPs, you had 3 different hitters hitting to the pitchers, working on throws to first base, double plays at second, plays at home. You got to practice those things.
Yeah, even the big leaguers.
Ball and a strike on William Contreras. 90 pitches now for Kikuchi.
He's only gone over 100 or at 100 or just over twice this year. and hasn't done it since the end of May.
That one off of Kikuchi, recovers, throws him out. Kind of the night it's been for the Brewers. Gonna get checked out, maybe. John Schneider and the athletic trainer and Kikuchi asked him to come out.
Yeah, able to flag that one down. He goes and gets it. That's instinctual. That ball hits you. You try and find it, try to get the out, and then think about the injury.
.108 off the bat, and he says, I want one practice pitch. See how it's feeling. And again, the Brewers just have been snake bit. They've had plenty of scoring opportunities. They've stranded 7 men on base. Kikuchi says, I'm good, and we play on.
Yeah, 0 for 8 runners in scoring position. That was in the first 3 innings.
0 for 14 in the series so far for the Brewers. 0 for 6 last night, despite a 3-1 win. Yelich trying to solve the riddle of Kikuchi. Struck out and then lined to deep left. So Trevor Richards loosening in the bullpen for Toronto. Former Brewer briefly. Jared Koenig has begun to loosen in the Brewers pen. Ground ball. Bichette. 2 away. Fly out to right for Adames, and he drew a walk in the 3rd. Navigated through some serious traffic as Kikuchi after he had 1st and 2nd, 1 away in the 3rd. Retired everybody since. 7 in a row.
4 of his 5 strikeouts have come with men in scoring position. He was making his pitches when he's needed them.
Swing and a miss. Big cut from Adames. 1-1. Adames got it off the trademark. Shallow center. Kiermaier still in the ball game. Makes the catch. The Brewers go 1-2-3 in the 5th. Monastery. To learn more, visit camphometownheroes.org. New pitcher for the Brewers after an inning and a third from Peguero. Nice hot dog suit. Is that a teapot? Doing the teapot dance in a hot dog suit. Those things don't go together.
Is that what that was?
I'm guessing. Here's Jared Koenig. He's been fantastic. 22nd appearance for him, an ERA of 184.
Yeah, last pitch in Detroit. That was on Saturday. Inning at 2/3 scoreless. Picked up a win that day against the Tigers. That was that big Jackson Churio 2 RBI base hit late in that game.
Saturday, Koenig immediately followed Freddie Peralta. He went just 3 1/3.
This guy hadn't allowed a run in his last 10 appearances.
That includes a few starts. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, the opener a couple of times in Philly.
Seven, 8, and 9 scheduled against Koenig, one of the 3 lefties in the Brewers' pen. And struck him out. Knee-high fastball.
Finally got a low strike. There you go. That's what Springer's shaking his head at, saying that hasn't been a strike all night.
And he's not wrong. Brewers lefty relievers this season. All top 5 in all the categories you'd like.
And very versatile. Give you a couple of outs, giving you 2 1/3. Doesn't matter what you need, they'll give it to you. Koenig, Hudson, and Milner.
Remember last year all they had was Milner as a lefty in the bullpen. That was it.
Yeah.
Now you got the luxury of 3 of them. Kiner Falefa, sky high pop up, first base side. Hoskins, enough room to make the catch for out number 2. Let's go downstairs to Sophia Min, an update on Garrett Mitchell.
Yeah, Garrett Mitchell, he's been out for the whole season with a fractured finger, but finally reported to Arizona, began his rehab assignment there. And so he played in a 17-16 4-hour game, guys. How's that for your return to baseball after a couple months off? But he got a couple hits. Pat Murphy saying he was going to be back in the lineup today in Arizona. He'll be off Thursday, and then we'll travel to Nashville to meet up with the Sounds and continue building up at bats there. Again, because of the time that he's missed, they'd like to get him probably around 30 at bats, mimic what a player would get in spring training. And he did say it could happen in a part-time role with the major league team for him to continue building himself up after so much time missed. But great to see Garrett Mitchell at least getting into games now after that fractured finger.
Great to hear. Thanks, Sophia. I was having such a great spring training too before right at the end. This one popped up in play for Monasterio. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 17-16, huh? Ho hum in the Arizona League.
Facebook.com/Wisconsin Fridays. Good deal.
Great deal. No better deal in Major League Baseball as Nate Pearson takes over for Toronto. He's a big wild card. When he is on, but when he is not, he is very not.
Well, you hope that he's not tonight. 27th appearance for him, earned an average a little over 4.5. 11 walks, 30 punch-outs in 25 and a third innings for Pearson. He pitched a couple of days ago against Oakland.
Pearson faced the Brewers last year in Toronto with 6 up, 6 down with 4 Ks. He's got electric stuff. Brewers are looking for something. So the previous pitch was in that same spot, called for a ball. Very next pitch, same spot, but called a strike. One and two.
And nobody's happy with the strike zone tonight. Hitters aren't, pitchers aren't. They just got to shake it off. I mean, you're not going to change it. Just got to work with what you got.
Ground foul through the slider that time.
It's a close hack at it. Especially with 2 strikes. You don't want to leave it up to the home plate umpire tonight.
Sanchez to follow, and then Perkins against Pearson in the 6th. Fought it off. He'll see another one. 99 on that fastball from Pearson.
Yeah, but Hoskins still able to get a piece of it up out of the zone.
Former first rounder back in 2017. Swing and a miss. That was a nasty curveball. Before Gary Sanchez hits, a quick word from the Wisconsin Dells.
Wondering what makes Wisconsin Dells the perfect summer getaway? Let's find out. Let's splash. Let's play. Wisconsin Dells. Let's make this the best vacation ever.
Eric Thames back in the house. He was here last night. Hooked for a strike on Gary Sanchez.
I didn't see him on the field during batting practice. I kind of surprised, right? Former Brewer come down and kind of see the guys. Probably doesn't know too many of them.
Not many left from his tenure. Yelich. That's about it.
Always welcome back, right?
No doubt.
Former Brewers.
Once you're in the family, you're in the family. Very small fraternity.
Who was that left-hander for Cincinnati that he wore out?
Amir Garrett.
Yeah, remember? Wow, how many home runs did he hit off him?
It felt like a million.
Amir Garrett, that's right.
Former basketball player turned baseball player. That was part of Thames in that month of April. He homered in 5 straight games, 6 straight games.
Yeah.
Road trip to Chicago and Cincinnati. Every time he faced Amir Garrett, I mean, just crushing.
Homer.
Yeah.
A lefty versus lefty, too.
Woof. Perkins takes the low strike. Can't believe I came up with that name.
I believe it. I mean, there's nothing you don't know.
Ground ball up the middle, base hit.
You have the best memory of any guy I've ever known.
I don't know if that's true.
I mean, it's true. I mean, you remember everything.
Good piece of hitting here from Perkins. Very recent memory.
And then there's that. I mean, Perkins going down and get a fastball. That mid-thigh, able to sneak it into center field. Now let's see if somebody can take him out of the yard at this point. Tie this baby up.
Churio's had some big hits. That would be a good time. Just got word. I didn't come up with this on my own. There goes Perkins. And he's going to steal second base. Massive jump. Thames was a career 4 for 6 against Amir Garrett with 3 homers.
Yeah, right. I think he hit 3 straight homers.
Yeah. That's how he started his career against Garrett.
Him, yeah. He's texting him right now, as a matter of fact.
Hey, Amir, I still got you in my book.
They're talking about you.
0-2 on Jackson Chourio. Laid off the slider. So that's a pitch last month that he was chasing. Good discipline.
He's coming along nicely. The more at bats, more comfortable he's going to be.
So Tim Meza, the lefty. Swing and a miss. Went into the fastball, and Pearson ends up striking out 3 in the 6th. Another man left in scoring position for the Brewers. Brought to you by Toyota. Yusei Kikuchi, 5 innings of scoreless baseball. Was really dicey there for him for a while, but Brewers just couldn't get that big hit. Carlos Rodriguez in his major league debut, 3 and 2/3 innings.
Easy first inning, but anything but after that. Only allowed 2 runs, though. Brewers in a position to win this game.
It's not allowed contact against him either. A couple of balls hit hard, but not too many. And Noli Paredes playing catch for the Brewers in their pen. To left center for Horwitz. Back, Perkins still back and makes the catch out of play perfectly.
Has been swinging a good bat, hadn't he? Hit that one pretty well to the opposite field. He got a breaking ball out away from him. Almost took Perkins down to the wall.
Not a ton of power for Horwitz over the course of his minor league career, but he gets on base a ton. Had a .450 on base percentage last year. He's outstanding in AAA. Finds a way to put the bat on the baseball. That will always play at this level.
Blue Jays have always been a team known for home runs and strikeouts, but not so much this year. They're not hitting a lot of homers and haven't been striking out as much.
Probably why their offense is down a hair. Starting pitching's been fantastic recently. Had a tough division though. 0-2 on the ground foul. The East is always a bear.
Yeah, Yankees, Orioles. Class of that division right now.
Tampa Bay down a little this year, dealing with some major injuries with their pitching staff, but who isn't? Got him looking. Perfect pitch right at the belt. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming up. Let's go back downstairs to Sophia. More on Jared Koenig.
Yeah, he's really been the unsung hero of this bullpen. You guys mentioned Saturday at Detroit, earning his 6th win of the season. That's tied for the MLB lead in wins for a reliever. And we were talking to him, you know, Pat Murphy had been praising just his availability, his durability, his consistency on the mound, how well he's performing. And so we asked Jared just what goes into that. And he said, you know, it's arm care, it's little things taking care of your body. He said, I'm drinking the cherry juice and the beet juice every night. He said, whatever it takes to keep your body ready to go. Certainly it's paying off for him, guys. Another efficient inning.
Yeah, keep the good times rolling for Jared Koenig. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Time to stretch. Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Valley Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Habish and Rotier, personal injury attorneys, national reputation, hometown service, and by Cousins Subs. We believe in better. IndyCar racing coming back to Milwaukee for the first time since 2015. The Hy-Vee Milwaukee Mile 250s coming August 30th. Rock, I got 2 questions. Number 1, how would you fit in that IndyCar, and number 2, how fast would you go if you could get in it?
Well, I couldn't get in it, so you know how fast I could go is it not applicable.
Fly ball center field. Kiermaier's got a beat on it. Said that's Varsho. Slides over to center in this inning.
I did go to an Indy race when I was growing up in New Jersey.
Yeah.
The Trenton, I think it was 250. I think it was. That was a blast. Long time ago, though. Chad Green takes over for Toronto. 14th appearance for him. 203 his earned run average. Last appeared in the game back on the 9th at Oakland. A scoreless inning.
Going to get a pinch hitter for Andrew Monasterio. It'll be Oliver Dunn. Pinch hit against Green. Squares the bunt, pulls it back and takes a strike. Green's been around a long time.
Yeah, you're either an Indy car guy or NASCAR, right?
I think so. It's kind of like Star Wars or Star Trek.
I mean, you can't be both, I guess. It's like you either like the Mets or the Yankees.
Giants, Jets.
Yep.
The list goes on. I would love to go to an IndyCar race. I think that'd be fun.
Would you like to get in one, drive one?
I would love to be a passenger. Lined and caught by Turner at first base.
Can you be a passenger?
I don't think you can. I'd hold on for dear life. I know that. riding on the back. I would love to. I think it would be really cool to try and do it. What I would like to do, all kidding aside, is get in one of those fighter pilots or the Thunderbirds or the Blue Angels. Yeah. Go for a ride in one of those.
Yeah, good luck. Tell me how that is.
Man. I know Sophia's done it. She still has her jumpsuit. I would love to do that at some point.
I wish I still had the jumpsuit. Could you imagine? I'd run that thing back every Halloween.
I thought you had it still.
No, I wish. I wish.
Oh, man, you had the patch and everything.
I know. What a great experience.
Left field and a diving catch. Just into the ball game. It's Schneider who takes a hit away. Boy, the Brewers were stinging the ball in that 7th inning. Nothing to show for it. This great defense of the Blue Jays flashing the leather in Milwaukee tonight. Carlos Rodriguez making his major league debut today for the Brewers. A perfect 1-2-3 inning. First big league strikeout, Spencer Horwitz. He got Bichette. A couple innings later, Kiermaier, and then Dalton Varsho. 4 Ks in his big league debut, just 3 2/3 innings. Our StatCast powered by Google Cloud Rock. You see the strikeouts coming mostly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good outing. I mean, he had a 3-up, 3 down first, and then the trouble began. He had a lot of men on base. Was able to minimize the damage. It's only a 2-0 game, so it's got to feel good for him in his major league debut.
Noli Paredes takes over for the Brewers. He's been fantastic. His 8th appearance, and opens up with strike 1 on Bo Bichette. Ollie Dunn takes over at third base, and Bichette in an 0-2 hole. Bichette, 2 base hits today. And a ground ball right back to Paredes. He's got it, runs halfway to first for out number 1.
Well, it's time for tonight's Tavern of the Game. Maybe that'll get something going for this Brew crew tonight. The Center House in Ripon. If they call the Brewers by 10 o'clock tomorrow, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. The Center House in Ripon.
Varsho takes low and in the dirt with a sinker, 1-0. Spent a lot of time up in Ripon, Rock.
I go through Ripon on my way to what is it, Fond du Lac?
Okay.
Up there at Fond du Lac, up there, up north.
Up north there. 2 tree lefts, and then there we are.
Up 41.
Ball and a strike on Varsho. Swung through that fastball, ends up in the backstop. Soft liner caught by Terrain.
This guy's been really good, right? What a surprise he's been since come up. Yeah, throwing a lot of strikes, hasn't given up hardly anything. Really solidifying a spot in his bullpen.
We've told the story a number of times, but when he made his debut with the Brewers, Pat Murphy said afterwards, he goes, "Where's this guy been?"
Yeah.
He was throwing the daylights out of the baseball down in AAA. Brewers brought him in. He liked the Brewers because he got so accustomed to winning in competitive baseball as a member of the Houston Astros organization. This one popped up. That's what made the Brewers so attractive to him. They've been in the mix year in and year out. And he goes 1, 2, 3 through the heart of the Blue Jays order. Yelich, Adames, Hoskins coming up looking for runs.
This is One Call That's All Sports Desk getting set for Brewers Line postgame presented by Freighter at the Medical College of Wisconsin. Boy, this 2-0 deficit late in the game reminds me of that Philly series a lot last week.
Hey, Brewers had some base runners early on in this ball game. They had pitchers on the ropes. They let them off the hook. The strike zone's been iffy, but the bullpen for the Brewers has been good. Problem is, Blue Jays bullpen just as good.
Good news is still plenty of time to go for Pat Murphy's club. We'll hear from him after the ball game and recap Carlos Rodriguez's major league debut as well. Jeff.
Thanks so much, Krager. We got Christian Yelich leading things off against the former Brewer Trevor Richards, who was a Brewer for a portion of time in 2021, 15 games in Milwaukee before he was traded to Toronto. There's a bullet, deep left center field. It is high, it is deep and off the wall. Yelich is into second base with a leadoff double. He was that close from home run number 200. He'll take the double.
Yeah, doing what he does best, taking that pitch to the opposite field, a gapper out there. Even the speed of this Toronto outfield can't catch up to that one. That's a beautiful swing, barrels it up. Good start to the 8th inning for the crew. 8th inning's been somewhat magical for the Brewers, especially with Gary Sanchez. He's due up this inning if the Brewers continue to get men on base.
He's due up 4th. You got Adames up there now. He's been the hot hand the last couple of days. Former teammates in Tampa Bay, Richards and Adames. Willie took the change up low, and Adames chatting with Quinn Walcott.
Yeah, low strike really hasn't been called too much tonight, but all of a sudden starting to ring a few up.
Foul back, went up in the zone with a fastball. Fastball up, change up down.
And that's the thing that frustrates pitchers and hitters when the strike zone changes as the game goes on. Early in the game, that was not a strike. Now it is.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Laid off. Yelich thought about it and goes back to second base.
You don't want to be caught at third base. Tying run at the plate. You want to make sure it stays that way. Good block by Jansen. Boy, nice job keeping it close. Yelich has to stay at second.
2-2. Fouled it away. That changeup was hanging. Brewers have outscored their opponents by 22 runs in the 8th inning. Hoping to get themselves back on the board. Up and in with a heater.
Brewers are exactly where they want to be in the batting order. Power coming up.
Full boat. High ball 4 and the go-ahead run coming to the plate. We've seen this before. The first 2 on with nobody out. And the pitching coach Pete Walker out for a chat.
Yeah, first 2 innings of the game, the Brewers were able to get the first 2 on. Not able to plate them. Brewers have been magical in the 8th inning this year. 8 home runs in the 8th inning. And the guy on deck responsible for a few of them.
Right now, it's not Gary Sanchez in the on-deck circle. It's Sal Frelick who's on deck. That's a little surprising.
Yeah. So it's not the guy on deck.
So Jimmy Garcia getting ready in that bullpen for Toronto. Rhys Hoskins is the man of the hour against Trevor Richards. Hoskins is 4 for 14 lifetime against him. First pitch. Fly ball, just missed it. Springer towards the line. Yelich will tag. And he's going to stop. Smart decision. No reason to make 2 outs.
Yeah, Springer, really good throwing arm out there and right.
And Hoskins wants this one back.
Yeah, first pitch fastball right down the middle, a little behind it.
Sal Frelick pinch hitting for Gary Sanchez. Oh for 2 last night. Frelick is 1 for 5 as a pinch hitter this year. 2 on, 1 away. Maybe some of the calculus in this move for Pat Murphy. Gary Sanchez 0 for 10 lifetime against Richards with 5 Ks.
And he's had a rough night at the plate with a couple of strikeouts. So yeah, going with the lefty.
And it's 2-0 on Frelick. Garcia ready in that Toronto bullpen. Frelick a swing and a miss. He was trying to give the Brewers the lead. Fouled away. That changeup's been fluttering in the middle of the zone in the inning.
He throws a lot of them. A lot of changeups for Richards. 63% of his pitches this year have been changeup. So you go up there, look for it, right? There you see it.
Fly ball to left. Schneider for the second out. Brewers had first and second, nobody out in the first, same in the second. Couldn't push anything across. Another fastball top of the zone.
Yeah, after all the changeups, fastball got by from Sal just enough. Popped him up.
John Schneider, the manager for Toronto, is going to come out and make a pitching change. So Richards allows the double and the walk. Gets a couple of fly ball outs. And it will be Garcia who's going to come in and face Blake Perkins. Perkins, a couple of hits today. Game on the line in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brewers down by 2. For every Brewers RBI this season, Northwestern Mutual is funding 5 hours of childhood cancer research, manifesting that out into the universe right now for Blake Perkins. Brewers down 2-0. And Yimi Garcia is on now for Toronto. He has been very good out of their bullpen, 4 out of 5 in save opportunities, trying to keep the lead.
Yeah, really good numbers. Earned run average just a touch over 2. Last appeared in the game back on the 9th. That was against the A's, a scoreless inning. This is a guy that works out of the bullpen. Has got about 5-6 pitches. Never know what you're going to get.
A couple of knocks right now for Perkins in the game. Runners take off. Throw to third. Yelich is safe. They pull off a double steal. Wow, that takes some guts with a lefty at the plate.
Yeah, you better make sure you're going to make it in that spot. What a jump he did have. Good recognition by Adames to make sure he takes off all the way to third before he goes to second. A lot of times the catcher will go backdoor and he'll go to second base because that guy never gets as good a jump.
That was close.
Just barely able to beat it.
Call in the field was out. They probably challenge and it stands either way. Tying run, scoring position. Perkins swings and misses. It's 0-2. In tight, 99 on that fastball from Garcia. Brewers are 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position today. Need one big one. Liner foul. That was a challenge.
Yeah, right down the middle. And when you're protecting the play, you just can't sell out for a fastball. That's why he was a little behind it. He's got a good changeup to go with that fastball.
Struck him out. Went curveball down and in, and Perkins has gone on strikes. 2 more left on base for the Brewers as we go to the 9th. Blue Jays 2, Brewers nothing. Brewers action continues this weekend as they take on the Reds starting on Friday. Get your tickets and secure a Sal Frelick bobblehead on Saturday and a Brewmaster shirt on Father's Day Sunday. Get your seats going to brewers.com/tickets. Saw that last fan there with a popcorn bucket on his hat. Getting ready for 30 Rock in the Bucket Brigade.
The Buckethead Brigade, me and Darren Sutton.
Make sure you're here Friday. It'll be a blast. And Saturday and Sunday. Limited tickets for Saturday and Sunday.
It's a blast in this ballpark.
For
every game. A great team on the field and something for everybody in the ballpark. Great food.
Reds ended up losing today. Springer fouls it at home plate. Slider. They've been playing very good baseball.
Anxious to see their shortstop, De La Cruz, come into town.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's worth the price of admission himself when Cincinnati comes into town. How many stolen bases did he have?
33 last I had checked.
Yeah.
Didn't steal a base tonight. 34. He stole 35 bases all of last season in 98 games. 34 and 67 so far. 1-2 to Springer. Brady's out there for a second inning of work, by the way.
And last year he stole second, third, and home. And how many pitches?
That was really his coming out party.
Yeah.
Fouled away.
All in the same sequence. You don't see that very often.
That was an incredible feat.
So yeah, Cincinnati coming in over the weekend. That'd be a good series.
Saw Milner getting loose. 2-2. Now 3-2. Long sequence with Paredes and Springer. Kiner Falefa on deck. In tight, and he walked him. Just the second base runner allowed by this Brewers bullpen today. Only one hit since the fourth inning. It was the infield single by Bichette off of Peguero. That was Paredes' first walk with the Brewers too.
Yeah, I mean, and any good bullpen is going to be one that's not walking guys when they come into games. Can't be doing that coming out of the pen, particularly with men on base.
Runner goes, fly ball, right field. Churio has a beat on it, short of the warning track. Davis Schneider started the ball game last night, 0 for 4 and 0 for his last 17. Schneider came into play in left and immediately took a hit away from William Contreras in the 7th. High. May see Milner if the inning gets to Horwitz, who's on deck. Only lefty in the sequence and 3 righties right after. See what happens in this at bat with Schneider. High strike. One, 2 now. Looping liner fouled on the third base line. Hey, nice play. Pop it up into the air and catch it. Volleyball rules, you can't set it to yourself.
He has game face on. Did you see him?
It's locked in.
Yeah.
Ground ball to third. Dunn goes to second, one to exchange, not clean from Terang. Would have been tough to double up Schneider. Nonetheless, the inning will continue to Horwitz.
And Terang did the right thing. You don't have a good grip on it, don't throw it. Chances are you might throw it into the seats. Not able to get a good grip on it, so just be satisfied with the lead out and go get the next guy.
And Paredes will stay in to face Horwitz. 2 out of 4 today. Blistered the ball into deep left his last time up. That Perkins tracked down. Play him to the opposite field, almost like a right-handed pull hitter. Way outside. Losing his command a bit. Paredes 26 pitches.
That's the thing about Paredes in his career. When he throws strikes, he's tough, but sometimes he loses the strike zone. You know, it gets wild. Haven't seen that yet.
And he walked him on 4 straight, and now you've got Jansen. And here comes Chris Hook to have a chat. 2 walks in the inning. Only a handful of players have seen Paredes from this Blue Jays team. Paredes was with Houston the entirety of his career until now. Might be the last batter for Inoli. Milner, the lefty, is ready in the bullpen.
And you got Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming up. Tough decision.
Make it moot. Go get Jansen right now. Don't have to worry about it. First and second. 2 gone. Liner to left and a base hit. Yelich cuts it off before it gets into the corner. One's going to score. They'll hold the runner at third. It's an RBI double for Jansen to make it 3-0. That is a backbreaker.
Yeah, it is. Now you got the 3-run lead. Much more difficult to come back down 3 than it is 2. First pitch after walking the guy before him. A spinner, a slider, didn't do much, and Jansen hit it hard to left.
Paredes will stay in. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 4 today. He's grounded out 3 times, lined out once. Fouls the first pitch away. Brewers certainly have had their opportunities today.
A lot of them.
Swing and a miss. Good fastball.
The Brewers have had a man in scoring position every inning except the 4th and 5th.
0 for 12 today. Swing and a miss, and Paredes strikes out Guerrero, but too late as the Blue Jays get 1 more. Brewers are chasing 3 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. 3-0. Brewers have an uphill climb against Garcia, who's 4 for 5 in save opportunities. Came in and got the last out of the 8th. Stays in to pitch the 9th. Churio takes a strike. One and 2 on Jackson Churio.
You just never know what you're going to get out of the arm of this guy. I mean, he's got a lot of different pitches. He'll throw them at any time, and he's got enough to rush the fastball by you.
Ground ball left side. Side saddled by Clement to make the play, and able to stay on the bag was Horowitz over at first. One away. The Brewers trying to avoid being shut out for the 5th time. Got shut out last week in Philadelphia. Bryce Terang 0 for 3. Strikeout, couple of flyouts. Well, tomorrow, series finale. Chris Bassett for Toronto. Tobias Myers, what's he have in store for an encore after his 8 shutout innings, allowing just 1 hit in Detroit last week?
Well, the Brewers really needed that start, didn't they? Give the bullpen a rest. They got a rest yesterday with Colin Ray going 7.
A 3-1 victory yesterday. Trying to push something across against Garcia. Foul back, 2-2. Longest outing for Colin Ray since 2016.
And he was ahead of the count all night.
Held on to by Jansen. 2 away.
'97 in on him. Foul tip.
Last chance for the Brewers to extend it. Ollie Dunn came on as a pinch hitter and lined out to first base. He takes a strike with a hook from Garcia. Check the swing, didn't go. Cubs lost today. Reds lost today. Cardinals lost today. Pirates won. Pirates beat St. Louis. That was a 0-0 game until the 9th. Paul Skeens 6 1/3, 8 punch outs. Miles Michaelis 7 scoreless. Down to their final strike. 1-2 pitch to Dunn. The Blue Jays have some guys they can throw some changeups.
Yeah. This guy's got a good one. Richards had a good one. Starter.
Three and 2. Still breathing. And he struck him out. Went back to the high fastball, and the ball game is over. Toronto shuts out the Brewers. 3-0 the final on this Tuesday.
And Brewers had their opportunities in a lot of innings. 7 of the 9 tonight. Just couldn't get that big hit. 0 for 12 runners in scoring position. Well, get the win tomorrow and win the series.
Brewers put it in the right arm of Tobias Myers. Try and get him off to a good start against Chris Bassett. Finale of this series. The winner takes the 3-game set. For Bill Schroeder, Sophia Minard, and our entire crew, especially our statistician today, filling in DJP. I'm Jeff Levering saying so long from the ballpark. Stick around for Brewers Live. It's coming your way next.